Hello and welcome to MGT936, Emerging Issues in Global Information Technology. My name is Dr. Vlad Krotov and I will be your instructor for this course. Before I say anything else, I would like to say that I'm very happy that you took this course and I hope we have a very fun and productive semester together. Also, I would like to emphasize that this video is not meant to replace the syllabus or any other important materials that you need to go through in order to get started with this course. So this video has the following main goal: to help you start with this course in our learning management system, which is Moodle. So I will explain in this video how this course is organized, how to get started, and how to proceed from the beginning of this course to the very end. So let's get started. At the very top of the course page, once you log in into Moodle, you should be able to access the homepage of the course. And right at the top of this course homepage, there's general course information. So this general course information is comprised of items that I believe are quite important, and that's why I pinned those items at the very top. So at the very top of the general course information page, you have a link to the Getting Started video. If you're watching this video, it means you already clicked on that link, so that's where everybody needs to start. After that, you see course announcements section. If I have something important to say about deadlines, about any changes in relation to this course, I will make an announcement here. I know that nowadays people get all kinds of notifications, emails, announcements, and sometimes they're reluctant to read those. But I will try to be very careful with my announcements. If I post something, it means it's really important and everybody needs to read it. So please make sure you pay attention to announcements posted to the section and read them promptly. If you have any questions in relation to this course, for example, something is not clear, maybe something is not working, maybe there's an error somewhere that prevents you from completing a particular item, please post your questions here, okay? I'll try to do my best to respond to your questions promptly within 48 hours or less. If you see a question that you know the answer to and you see that I'm not responding, feel free to respond to questions of your peers as well, or just to comment on them if you believe your comment will help them resolve their issues before I answer that particular question. Here you have my personal information. This is just for you to know how to get in touch with me. So once again, my name is Dr. Vlad Krotov. This is my official Campbellsville email. I prefer that you write your questions in relation to this course using the Moodle system. In that case, all of the emails will be in one place, and I will try to make sure that I respond to each email promptly. Nevertheless, if you cannot get a hold of me in Moodle using that Moodle messaging system, feel free to send an email to my official Campbellsville University email account. If it's something that is very urgent, something that cannot wait 48 hours, feel free to call on my cell phone. To be honest, I guess just like most people nowadays, I'm not very good about using my cell phone, and the main reason for that, I get a lot of spam calls, right? Or sometimes I'm busy, I'm driving or teaching or doing something that prevents me from answering the phone. So in that case, feel free to leave a voicemail or maybe send me a text message so I can find out what the issue is and call you back. If you believe we need to have a quality one-on-one discussion, feel free to schedule an online meeting with me. Personally, I prefer Zoom, so this is a link to my personal Zoom room. This is where I conduct most of my work-related meetings. If you cannot use Zoom, which is very easy to use, by the way, if you cannot use Zoom for whatever reason, I can also use Microsoft Teams. I'm also comfortable with that. So send me an email to schedule an appointment, and we'll have a Zoom meeting with you at the time that is convenient for both of us. This is optional, you don't have to do it, but feel free to add me on LinkedIn. I like to stay in touch with all of my former students. So once the course is over, we can still stay in touch and collaborate in case there's an opportunity for that. Also, please feel free to go through my ResearchGate and Google Scholar profile to find out more about my research, what kind of papers I have published, what kind of topics interest me. This is in case you would like to collaborate. For example, if you would like to write a conceptual paper for this course related to one of the topics that I have interest or experience in, that would be great because I'll be able to support you by giving you feedback or directing your attention to some of the ideas or recent literature in relation to that topic. Here's my extended bio just for you to get to know me better, my academic professional background, research interest, and things like that. Now, of course, the most important element here in this general course information module is the course syllabus. Please make sure you read the syllabus carefully. It's an important document. Please make sure you go through all the rules, requirements, course content sections. And please let me know what you think. If you believe something is wrong, something is missing, something doesn't make sense, let me know. We can still discuss it. We're still in the early stages of this course, so there's still time and opportunity for us to revise the syllabus. If you believe something is not, is not logical, or something needs to be changed to make life and learning experience for everybody better. And here I also post the rubrics that I will use to grade the most important deliverables for this course: your online discussions, your conceptual paper, or your teaching case. As I will explain later, in this course you have to produce a term paper, and it's up, you can choose between these two types of papers. You can either write a conceptual paper or a teaching case to fulfill that requirement. And depending on what you will choose for your assignment, I will use an appropriate rubric to grade it. So that will be like 70% of your course grade, right? So that's why I pinned those rubrics here. Maybe it's worthwhile to look at those rubrics from the very beginning, so that you know how most of your grade will be calculated. So all those important items are pinned here in the general course information section. Then you need to complete all the elements under week 1 module. So every module here is devoted to one particular week, and I post the dates for those weeks right here in square brackets. So week 1 module is kind of busy. There are a lot of things that you need to do. You need to get started with the course by reading the syllabus and instructor bio. Once you do it, you take introduction to the course quiz, which is largely based on the syllabus and this section, which includes this video as well. Each quiz in this course has 2 attempts. So I know students, like since high school, they hate quizzes because a quiz is something that catches you off guard, right? You come to class, you didn't read the chapter, and then the instructor says, okay, put everything away, take out a blank sheet of paper, we're going to have a quiz, right? So that's why students hate quizzes. Not students, everybody hates quizzes because they're meant to catch you off guard, they're stressful. My quizzes are not like that. First of all of my quizzes have 2 attempts. So you take it once, you see which questions you missed, and then you can retake the quiz. So it's more like a self-assessment, self-learning, self-exploration tool in order for you to see what you know, what you don't know, what you remember, what you don't remember, and also approximate like where you stand in relation to understanding various subtopics under the umbrella of global information systems. So it's more like a self-learning, self-exploration tool rather than that real quiz that catches you off guard, okay? So after you take the quiz, you will introduce yourself. Please tell us your name, where you're from, your educational, professional background, your career aspirations, what you're planning to do in the future, your research interests, your hobbies, and anything else that you believe is important for us to know. If you can, and in fact I would really appreciate it, please post a picture of yourself. It's not required, but if you post a picture of yourself, I think I'll have a better time associating your name with you, right, with the real person, and maybe we'll have a better time collaborating when I see like what's the person behind that name in Moodle, right? You can even record a video on your cell phone where you answer all those questions and just post your video to this discussion thread. So this is more like an informal online discussion that nevertheless will be graded using that online discussion rubric. So you need to introduce yourself here, and then optional activities. If you still have questions about the course, please post them here in the course Q&A section right here. And then feel free to follow me on LinkedIn if you would like to stay in touch. By no means it's not required. And then in the second part of week 1 module, I will introduce you to the professional and academic field of information systems. So there's a brief lecture, video lecture on information systems. There will be a link here. In general, for all video lectures in each module, I have PowerPoints, and I also have a link to a YouTube video where that lecture is recorded by me using those PowerPoints. Once you complete a video lecture, you take a quiz to show me that you understand that particular topic, and then you will have to read some papers and discuss them. So sometimes not only papers, but you need to watch some videos or visit certain websites. So here you will be exposed to the debate regarding the identity of the information system field that's been around for decades. This paper was published in 2003 by Smat and Bembasa, 2 prolific researchers in the field of information systems, but I believe this paper is still as relevant as ever. It kind of explains to you what information systems are as a field, as an academic and professional field, and what kind of issues in relation to the field's identity everybody is dealing with. Then I will ask you to explore some of the information systems theories, just to look at the names, like what those theories are about and how they're used by IS research. Then I will also ask you to explore forthcoming research in some of the top information systems journals. And then there is a discussion. You'll have to share your thoughts on information systems as a field of study after reading all those papers, visiting websites, and reading about IS theory. So what do you think? Right? And then you'll get started with chapter 1 from the textbook. The information about the textbook is provided in the syllabus. I like this textbook for a variety of reasons. Number one, it's a classic book that has been around for quite some time. Number two, you can buy a used copy of this textbook for around $3-4 on Amazon. So with delivery, that would be like $8 under $10. So it's very affordable. It's a bit outdated with technical information, but again, this is not a technical course. We're not dealing here really with programming or technologies. This course is about leadership. It's about management within the global technology field, right? So that's why I believe this textbook is quite appropriate. So you will watch my video lecture. The slides are provided here. You will take the quiz based on chapter 1. Then you'll read the following papers. And then based on those papers, you will participate in the discussion on whether information systems can be a source of sustained competitive advantage. Usually all of the discussions most of the discussions are driven by the papers that you read prior to that. In fact, if you look at the online discussions grading rubric, you will see that there's an item, how well you're using assigned readings in responding to a particular discussion question. So you need to respond to the discussion question and then wait and respond to at least one peer in a meaningful way. So that will be the end of week 1. Now, each module corresponds to a week. Again, the dates are here. Sometimes I spread out the dates throughout the week. So if the week ends on August 29th, it means that some items may be due before that. And I do it on purpose because I don't want people to wait until the last day of the week, which is Sunday, and start working on everything. I want you to start working on August 23rd instead, so that you spread out those efforts throughout the week and hopefully have Sunday off, the last day off, so you don't do anything in relation to this course on Sunday. Okay. So please pay attention to the deadlines. You should have in your student view of Moodle, you should have this calendar panel where all the deadlines are reflected. And then you go to week 2, then week 3. So you complete 1 week at a time. Again, there's a video lecture, there's a quiz, then there are some papers to read, and then there's a discussion assignment based on those papers. Now you may be asking, like, why do we have lectures and quizzes in this course? Maybe you took some doctoral courses before, and in those doctoral courses there were no quizzes, no exams, no textbook, just reading. You were just reading papers, discussing papers, writing papers. There is a reason for that. I believe that information systems is a somewhat specialized field, and people join the doctoral program from all kinds of backgrounds. Now, some people come from the IT field. In that case, they know a lot about IT. So in that case, they will just refresh their knowledge of IT management. But some people may not come from a background related to IT. They may come from education. They may come from church leadership. They may come from pure management, human resource management, accounting. So they may not necessarily be exposed to information systems topics. So to bring everybody on the same page, that's why I'm having those video lectures with quizzes, right? Just for you to see whether you understand a particular subtopic under the umbrella of global information systems or not, to catch up a little bit and things like that. Now, after week 3, you will be exposed to several teaching cases and conceptual papers. So that's, I think, by week 3, you should be able to decide which type of term paper you would like to produce. If you decide to produce a conceptual paper, here's a brief description of what this assignment is about. You can ask questions here, and you should go through all those steps to familiarize yourself with the assignment and get started. So there's a rubric, again, post it again, and there's a submission link that you will use towards the end of the semester to submit your work. And then if you decide to go for a teaching case, all the information about teaching cases is provided here, including some papers that I wrote that includes the case itself and the teaching note. And then the rubric is here. So you should be able to decide which type of paper you would like to produce, and hopefully you will start working on it by week 3. Towards the end of the semester, I'll give you almost 2 weeks to finalize your assignment, but again, probably you need to start working sometime around week 4 to do a good job on this assignment. So once again, you go one module 1 week at a time, and once you reach week 14, you are done with the course. So the last topic that we'll cover are legal issues in information systems, And then once you're done with this module, you'll have approximately 2 weeks to finalize your term paper. Just like I explained in those assignment sections, you're welcome to seek feedback on early drafts of your assignment. So I'm hoping those 2 weeks will be used for you to get feedback, to revise your papers, rather than to actually start working on those papers. And that's it. So once again, you start at the very top, you go to the bottom here in Moodle, and once you reach week 14, you're ready to submit your paper, and then you are done. Okay. So that completes my introduction video, my getting started video. Once again, welcome to the course. It's great to have you in this course. I wish you best of luck in this course and all other courses that you're taking.